All right, welcome in to the Week 6 Fantasy Football Drunken Fumble Commish address. There were more injuries again this week. It never seems to end. Aiden Hutchinson brutally broke his leg. They say it was a clean snap, so maybe he can make a full recovery. It was nasty. Shane shared the link in the sleeper chat a couple days ago if you want to check it out. It was gross. I heard some rumors that Detroit might be in the market for a guy like Max Crosby, who has gone on record to state that he is and always will be a Raider. But sometimes the appeal of a few more bucks and the opportunity to maybe win a Super Bowl might get you out of there. Who knows? There has been some other trades happening within the NFL. Devontae Adams has gone to the Jets and reunited with Aaron Rodgers. He is practicing as of Wednesday with the Jets, so I assume he will make his appearance this weekend. The injury that he seemed to have while he was finishing up his time with the Raiders seems to have suddenly disappeared, and he is good to go. Another big trade, Amari Cooper leaving the Browns, and he is going to the Buffalo Bills. Does that make them a Super Bowl favorite? I don't know. I feel like their odds of getting to the Super Bowl is less now than it was when the season started. But maybe having a true wide receiver one will help them there. Let's get into the matchups. Commish Prime, Brown Neighbors Cooksmell taking on the waiver wire. Nick really needing some points out of this one. Of course, he's had the misfortune of having CMC not play for him yet this season as he crosses his fingers and hopes to die. He will fall to 3 and 9. Trevor Lawrence was okay in the victory. He's been playing a little bit better. Chris Olave, negative half a point, and then he got injured and he was out, and he's going to be out this week. Deontay Johnson in the losing side, I believe he is first or second. Well, definitely one of the two. I thought he was first, but I think he's second of target leaders in the NFL this season. He has been a target whore. A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, whatever the fuck his name is, Evan Ingram, just too much in the win, 170 to 133. Whiskey Jack taking on E-Jib 88. Big fucking anime TDs taking on Make America Drake Allen. Ooh, Daniel Jones, having to start him in your QB1 slot is a little bit tough. Oh, okay, you got Josh Allen over there in your super flex. Josh Allen had a decent game. He's been up and down this year, but he had a good one. Daniel Jones did not in the low-scoring affair against Cincinnati. Joe Mixon had a nice week when he's healthy. He is slaying. Chris Godwin, the number one wide receiver on the season. He is just lighting it up. Look at these numbers, 22, 24, 17, 12, 11. And this week he had 35, 11 catches for 125 yards and 2 tutties. Egypt coming away with the win, 161 to 137. Eric will improve to 10 and 2 and have sole possession of the number one spot in our league. Chief of Stafford against Big DK Energy. Chief of Stafford coming in hot with 165 points to Casey's 122. Disappointing week on Casey's side. Not the case from Rob's side. Bijan, big week, 25. Goff with 25. Najee with 20. He looked good. I have never been a Najee fan. They seem to keep giving him the ball. I feel like Warren is the better back there. But he had a big game, so they're going to keep giving him the ball. Shahid, 8 points, and then I think he must have left with injury after that. 1 for 7. That's a little bit rough. I believe he is out this week as well. Kincaid has been fairly quiet this year, but for tight ends, 6 catches for 51 yards this season. That's going to cut it. Both defenses coming out to play. Houston with 27 and 23 for Pittsburgh. Going to, oh man, Will. What happened? He ate a crayon and the lid got stuck. 75 points? 5 from Dak. A combined 1.3 from your running backs. Jake with 4, Mooney with 6, Metcalf with 7. And then he had a bunch of points on the bench to boot. I think everybody that played, let's see, Sarah, what'd your wide receivers end up with? Chase, did you make one right decision? No, you didn't make one right decision. Because Madison was better than both your running backs, and both of these wide receivers were better than, well, I guess, Debo. Did you make one right decision? No, Keenan had more. You literally could not have done worse this week. Except for Debo. You could have put Debo on the bench and started Pittman. So you're 8 points off the worst that you could have done. I just, holy. I feel like you play in this league just so you know what to do in every other league. Just do the opposite of what you do here. 75 points. Ugh. Spencer come away with the win despite the second lowest score this week. A little bit of retribution as last week he had the second highest score and lost against Eric. Spencer would be 8-4 and will fall hard to 3-9. Moving on. Gonna flip the script here a little bit. He's gonna like this. Bit of a redemption arc. You know, he was bitch of the week in week 1. And he's been having, a rough season. But he made some moves. He made some trades. He spent all of his money. He's broke. Bitch. But he put up 177 points this week. A league best 177 points. And he was in the bottom 2 before this week started, and he has jumped up to 8th position. In striking distance of a playoff spot, I might add. And yeah, well done, Mickey. Well done with all the trades, all the waiver moves, all the pickups. You were busy for the last couple of weeks, and 177 points. I'm glad to see you get rewarded for your efforts. Wade, 142 in the loss will still be enough for the median victory. Mickey will get 2 wins on the week, and Wade will have to settle for just 1. Moving on to Greasy Boners taking on Phil McCracken. A tight matchup. 140-124. Phil McCracken coming away with the victory and will improve to 9-3. Shane will have to settle for 2 losses this week. And it will drop him to 7-5. Jordan Love and Kenneth Walker were great in the loss, as was Justin Fields. I don't know what they're doing in Pittsburgh. They're giving Russell Wilson first-team reps this week. making him in line to start. Maybe they'll run both. You know, I just there's the old adage, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have any quarterbacks. But I feel like some team is going to make it work one day with two quarterbacks. And why not? Put Fields out there for first and second down. He's got the legs. He can make some short passes. And then on third down, or if you're playing catch up or whatever, you rotate running backs like that. You got pass catchers out there. You got running focus backs. I don't understand. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll figure it out. But anyway, it's a fuck show. Let's take a look at the standings. We've got Eric at the top at 10-2, followed by myself and Jordan at 9-3, Wade and Spencer at 8-4, Greasy Boners, Mr. Shano taking up the last playoff spot at the moment at 7-5. Chief of Stafford, of course, coming away with 2 wins this week, will improve to 6-6. Doesn't improve his position, but stays very much relevant. Those are 2 very big wins. Same for Mickey, getting those 2 wins this week and the high score to boot. That was huge. So if you are 3-9 right now, Casey, Nick, and Will, I don't need Justin. I don't know. We're halfway through the season, and you got 2 victories. I don't know what to say. But if you are 3-9, this week it's almost a must win, because I can't imagine more than 2 of you 3-9ers are getting in. It's almost hard to imagine one getting in. So if you are 3-9, you pretty much need both wins this week. I want to take a look at the Week 7 matchups. I will be taking on Rob. I have a little bit of cushion being in second spot and a few wins in hand. Rob wants to stay relevant, so he's going to be looking for at least 1 win this week. I would like to get at least 1 win this week as well. 2 would be great. Whiskey Jack taking on Infuse. Justin, you have to win both of these. And Jordan, I think coming away with 2 here is more likely than not. But it's fantasy football. Shit happens all the time. Next matchup, we got Gus Bus taking on the leader of our little tribe. That's going to be an uphill battle. You had 75 points last week. He's projected to have almost twice that your opponent is. So, Will, this is going to be a huge week. If you can come away with even 1 win this week, that would be so good. Because if you don't come away with any, it's going to be tough to keep going. High Lifer taking on Nick. Nick, again, you need some wins. Oh, man, it looks like you're missing some people this week. Go looking on that waiver. You got to find some points. Jacoby Myers, he's been, I feel like he's been decent since Devontae left, so maybe he can be a shining light for you. This is an interesting matchup right here. Cut My Staff Hurts JK taking on Big DK Energy. A 4-8 taking on a 3-9. There is going to be some points up for grab there. If you want to stay relevant, you're going to want to win this head-to-head matchup. And then we've got Greasy Boners taking on Barry McCockiner. Greasy Boners 0-2 this past week. We'll be looking to rectify and get on the straight and narrow again. Wade 1-1 last week. We'll continue to try and separate from the non-playoff pack. Anyway, that is going to cut it for the Week 6 commish address. May your players stay healthy and ever unproductive. Commish out.